What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite flourishes, which is Fairfax by Tobias Levin. So if your Fairfax looks a little bit something like this, hopefully after watching this video and practicing it just a little bit more, your Fairfax can look a little bit more like this. Now, keep in mind that I won't be teaching you how to do the move since it was originally for sale and there's no legally free tutorial here on YouTube. However, you can learn it by watching performances and slowing them down. I know it can be very difficult, so I'll leave a few really good performances down in the description box below. Of course, I will never be able to do this flourish as good as Tobias, and full credit to him for making this awesome flourish. And also, this is only for the simple opener by Oliver Sogard, not the complex one with about 4 packets. But anyway, let's go on ahead and I'm gonna give you some tips starting with the simple opener. So when you first break off, make sure it's a small packet of cards because you're going to be gripping it in this weird grip right here. And also, because you're going to be rotating it around your finger, you're going to need enough space to actually do that motion. So when you break off your small packet, take it and push it against your middle finger, and then slide your index finger as well. And that just gives more space on this side for the packet to rotate around your index finger, like that. And while you're doing this motion right here, make sure you take your other index finger and bring it to the other side at the same time. So after you finish re-gripping by sliding, you can start rotating. If you wait, it'll just look choppy and not very smooth. But if you do it at the same time, it looks a lot better. The next tip is about this weird grip right here. It can be very uncomfortable, especially for your pinky finger. However, my comfort spot that I have developed after practicing it for a while is between the tip and like where my finger bends. So the tip right here to the little bone where the finger bends, that's kind of where I grip it for both my index and pinky finger. It's not on the bone, the cards are not on the bone, but they're just like right before the bone. So find your comfort spot, and yeah. So after getting in that weird grip, you're gonna take your thumb and break off more than half the packet because you want this base packet to have the most cards. It'll make the flourish a lot more easier if you have a bigger packet in the palm of your hand than if this middle packet or this packet is bigger. So the biggest packet should be in the palm of your hand like this. So after you break off more than half of that bottom packet, you're going to move this thumb back while your whole dominant hand just pushes forward. Just break off and your whole dominant hand pushes forward while your thumb moves back. Your thumbs basically move in opposite directions. And then as you go back to return to grip this middle packet, you need to move your middle finger at the same time. What I used to do is I would move it back, grip it, and then move my middle finger, but that also slows you down. So instead of waiting, you want to move back and move your middle finger at the same time. Now another thing is if you have small hands, it may be a little bit difficult to even be able to reach that long edge with your middle finger. So my other tip would be to, whenever you start the flourish, grip the deck in middle grip with your middle and ring finger more in the middle of the deck instead of over here. You want it in the middle. And that way your middle finger has less of a distance to reach, because if it's over here, you have more to reach. Over here, you have a lot less. So it may help to grip the deck more in the middle when you start the flourish. So move your hand back and move your middle finger at the same time. Then you break off. You start rotating just a little bit, and then you grip it with your ring finger. Move it a little bit more. And then once this angle between your thumb over here is less than 90 degrees, then you can turn the packet over and grip it with your thumb. I just think that looks better than if the angle is, let's say the angle is more than 90 degrees. If you flip it over like here, that just doesn't look as good in my opinion. So turn, grip, turn a little bit more, grip with your thumb. And then you have these two hands with two pieces. So you would have been doing the scissor cut as well, so let me show you that. So you move this packet while you do the scissor cut, turn it over, turn more, grip with your thumb. Now what I like to do is close this and this, for me, Jack of Spades packet at the same time. So drop both of them at the same time. Or you can close the scissor cut and then drop. I just would not recommend dropping and then closing the scissor cut. That just doesn't look very good to me either. So drop them at the same time, or drop the scissor cut first and then the weird grip packet. And then from here, it's basically just smooth sailing. You do the Charlier while you lay this down, and your index pushes up at the same time you lay that down. So you have two motions happening at once. That's basically what's going on in this flourish. Two things happen at once that you just have to figure out. Two things, push, two things, two things, two things, two things. It's basically just multiple things happening at once that makes this flourish smooth. So those were tips on Fairfax. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully that was helpful and you can start improving your Fairfax. I know looking back on some of my older videos, my performances looked terrible, but I have of course greatly improved since then. If you enjoy these types of tips videos and troubleshooting tutorials, be sure to let me know and comment down below, and also hit that like and subscribe button while you're down there, and I'll see you next time. Tips on Fairfax.